To manage your WordPress site, especially when working with multiple users, WordPress created a number of user roles. Let's dive into these roles and see what they can do for you. In the first place, what are user roles? Well, user roles determine what people can do on your site. Subscribers can only read things, whereas administrators can do almost anything. More power also means more risks. So, administrators can do a lot of great things, but they can also break stuff. Keep that in mind when you add new users. What do you want a new user to do? Which user role will suit them best? Currently, WordPress gives you 5 predefined options to choose from. You simply click the role you think is best and WordPress takes care of the rest. Now let's first discuss the 5 different user roles WordPress offers. I'll come back to the practical part of assigning roles to users in the last part of this video. Let's start with the most powerful role, the administrator. If you've set up a WordPress site for yourself or you're planning to do so, this role will be given to you automatically. It gives you access to all WordPress features like the ability to install or update plugins or to add or remove users. Most WordPress beginners will have a single site installation. However, there is one more user role available for multi-site installations. That additional role is called Super Admin. You'll find more information about multi-site networks and the Super Admin role in the reading materials. For our example site everydayimtraveling.com, Nora Smith is the admin. She added the fellow bloggers Arya, Benjamin, Daniel and Taylor as new users. They are all assigned to the role of author. This role is less powerful than the role of admin, but also more focused. Authors can, what a surprise, write and publish posts. They can only edit, publish and delete their own posts, and moderate comments on their own posts. In our example case, that works just fine. Our 5 authors all blog about their own travel experiences. Aya is not allowed to edit or delete Daniel's posts, but why would she want that anyway? With regard to managing content, Nora has more rights than the 4 others. In contrast to her travel buddies, she can edit, publish and delete posts of every author. In other words, she can take up the role of editor whenever she wants. This role is included in her role as admin. An editor has all the rights to do things that are related to content management. For example, editors can also write pages where authors can only write posts. However, editors can't activate plugins, create users or install themes, as admins can. Let's continue with the last 2 user roles WordPress offers. Contributors can write, edit and delete their own posts, but they can't publish them, as authors can. If many people write for one site, you might want to have one central figure that decides whether the content is actually published. The central figure should have the role of editor. The rest of the team can deliver content in the role of contributor. This limitation can also be useful when you work with guest writers, or when someone other than the writer needs to add tags or images before the content goes live. Contributors can't accidentally hit publish, but makes it easier for editors to keep things under control. By the way, it's important to note that contributors can't access the media library to upload files, whereas authors can. Finally, on the bottom of the WordPress user role food chain, we find the subscriber. Subscribers can read your site, post comments and create a profile, but they can't write, edit or delete posts. So what's the use of this user role, you might think? Well, for people who add comments to posts very often, this makes things a lot easier, because you don't have to enter your details over and over again. But you could also give subscribers access to specific content that would be invisible to other people, like a training. Okay, so far we've discussed 5 predefined user roles in WordPress: the administrator or super admin, the editor, the author, the contributor and the subscriber. In addition to these predefined roles, developers can also create new roles. We did that for our Yoast SEO plugin, for instance. So don't panic when you find more user roles in your WordPress install than the ones we discussed in this video. They've probably been added by other plugins. Now let's get practical. Where can you find these user roles in the WordPress backend and how can you change them? Keep in mind that only admin users can add new users and assign user roles. This is the backend of Everyday I'm Traveling. You can see that Nora Smith is currently logged in as administrator. Now click the menu item Users in the admin menu. click Add New User if that is what you want. Fill in the fields and select the user role down here. You can also change the user role directly in the user overview, or edit the user profile by clicking the name and then changing the user role over here. Don't forget to change the nickname too, because it's set to the username by default. If you don't change it, people will see your username under the title of your post or in the sidebar, and this makes it easier to hack your account. Finally, don't forget to click Update User. That's it. Thank you for watching and good luck assigning roles to your users.